Hi everyone and welcome to part number 11 in this build a to-do list project. So far we have learned how to do a reorderable list in our task pages, and today we are going to learn something new. So as I have done with the previous thing that we have learned, which is the reorderable list. So we have made some tutorials just for or actually just to learn what is a reorderable list, and in this video we are going to do actually to start a new or a set of videos or tutorials that will help you learn how to select a lot of tasks and do something with the selected tasks, such as deleting them. So if you want to delete some tasks, you want to actually, if you want to select let's say 5 tasks, you want to delete them by one button. So this is what we are going to be learning. So I will give you somehow a prototype, a tutorial that I have made there on screen. So I will show you and I will help you actually understand what it is, so we can apply that in our app, so we can actually upgrade it to the next level. So if you are ready, then let's go. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, if you want to be notified whenever I post something new on this channel, then turn on the bell icon so you will not miss my upcoming content. And I have a good news for you guys. So I have added a lot of benefits in my coffee page, so you can check them in the first link in the description. And if you like my content, don't forget to support me on coffee. It is in the first link in the description. So with that out of the way, let's go. So here is actually the concept of multi-select. So I will now start. So you can imagine that this is somehow a page or a FlutterFlow page. So here we have 5 items or 5 tasks or 5 products, whatever. So here we have selected three of them, and just the overall goal of this tutorial is to be able to delete not just only one item at a time, but we want to delete multiple items at one time or by one click. So that's our goal of today's video. So what we have done is whenever we select one of them, so we have selected the 3 items, we want this button to delete these 2 items, but it has no connection between these. So that's why, so this delete cannot touch any of these documents. That's why we have used an app state. You see that the items that were checked or were selected, we have taken their ID and we have put them inside an app state that is somehow a list of IDs or document references, right? So I hope that you got the idea. So we are clicking on this one, we are checking or selecting 3 items, and we are saving them inside the app state. So that is the first thing. So the next thing to do is that we're going to give the information from the app state. So we are going to give the ID of the selected items. We are going to give it to who? To this delete button. So this delete button now will be able to know what documents to delete, because this story or this app state was made just because we don't have a connection between delete and this list, and I will show you that in FlutterFlow when we are going to be, or actually we are going to move on to the next step. So here, as I told you, here we have a set of IDs, or yes, it is IDs of the documents that were selected here. So now we can give it to this button. So this button will have or will know the data or the IDs of the documents that it has to delete. So what happens is that this button will take us into a loop. So a loop to delete all the item in app state. So a loop, because we are going to delete the first one, then we are going to go back and delete the second one, then we are going to go back and delete the first one until there is no until we finish all the IDs, or until we have deleted all the documents that we have their ID here inside the app state. So this is a loop, so it's gonna be repeated until we finish, or until we delete all the IDs or all the documents that we have their ID here inside the app stage. So guys, if you want to get this image, if you want actually to keep it with you guys, it is from my coffee page. You can find a link to it in the description. So if you got the idea, then that's fine. Now let's move on to the next step. So guys, here in the next step, so what do you want to do? So I will just show you what I have here. So this is the same project that I have actually used to make the tutorial on how to make a reorderable list in the previous episodes. So what I will be doing actually in today's video is that we are going to first I will have to go there inside the app stage. That's the first thing. I will add an app stage called select mode, and it's gonna be a boolean. I will tell you what is select mode. So the idea behind the select mode is that if we actually, let's see that we have long clicked on a task or a product, then we are going to be, or actually we are going to find ourselves in the select mode. So you see that whenever, or in pretty much all the tasks or the apps that are like Microsoft to-do list, you long press on a task, then you will find yourself in the selection mode. So you can select how much tasks you want, so you can either delete them, copy them, or transfer them to another category. So this is what I mean by the select mode. So this is where, or this is the app that will allow us to go to that select mode. So, and you will see that the use of this one when I will actually move further in this tutorial. So I will add another app stage called selected items, and it's going to be a document reference. It's going to be a list. So it's going to be from products, and it's going to be a list. It is the same one that you see right here. So an app stage with the IDs of the documents that were selected. You know, that's what I have done right here. That's the same. It is a list of document references or IDs from the products. You can see it from here. So I have prepared this. So now I can go back, and now I can talk about the UI a little bit. So here, so if I long pressed on this, so here I want just to actually, I may want to put this here on the other side. So I have used this for another purpose, or I can delete it. I don't need it anyway. So here I want to add a checkbox icon, right? So here I already have a row. So again, guys, if you want this document that you see from here, you can find it here, or actually you can find it in the description. It is gonna be available from my coffee page, from my no code explorers, and it's gonna be there if you want to get it. So here I want to actually search for checkbox. I will add it here just on the top a little bit, and that's fine. So the initial value will be off, so that's it. So I have just added there. So this is going to be like, let's say, so just keep it there. We are going to see how I are going to use it. Actually, I want to add something from there, or actually up here. Here we have a row, and I have just added some stuff, some button that says delete, and also an icon that will actually get us out of the select mode. So now I have actually prepared everything. Now I will actually use what I have added right here. So now I will tell you what I will be doing. First things first. So for this checkbox, I will be giving it a certain conditional visibility. I don't want it to be there all the time. I only want to see it when the select mode is on, right? I will select a simple condition, or a single condition, sorry for that. For the first value will be, I will say, if the app state, that is select mode, was equal to true, then if that condition was true or was actually there, then I want to see that checkbox, so I can start selecting. So I can copy this variable. I can give it to delete, because I don't want to see it all the time. I want just to delete it to actually see it. If a certain condition was applied, I can just paste the same variable, and the same goes for this one as well. So I can paste there and confirm. So for these three guys that I have just added right now, I want to see them only if this select mode was on. So they cannot be there all the time. So this is the second step. So now let's move on to the third step. Actually, no, this was the first step, right? Well, let's move on now to the second step. In this step, so we are going to give some actions, right? So let's first start by going here. So for this container, right? So if we long press on this one, so we are going to go to actions here. I want to add, I can open action flow. I can add an action, and actually I can, so here I have added inside or under the on tab stuff. So I will delete it, because I want to go here and I want to add another action, and it is going to be update app state, right? You can see it from there, and the thing that I want to apply is the select mode. So if I long press on that container, what I want to do is that I want to actually turn on the select mode. So I want to turn it on, right? I want to set the value to true, so I want to make it true. So the select mode now is true, right? That is, so this container, if we long press on that, that will turn us, or it will turn that test mode on. And for this one here, this, you can see this little icon. So I can just somehow I can copy the same. So if I select this container, I can go to its actions and I can just copy to save myself some time. I can give it to the same, but I will have to do some changes, right? So I will open up the action flow, and I don't want to put it here. I want to put it in on tab, right? So I can set that here, but for that cross, it will not set it to true. It will turn that selection mode to false, right? It will turn it off. So if we click on this one, we're not going to be able to select anything, and that's it. So for this delete button, so this has to do actually the same. So if we have, so let's say we have selected two guys here, and after we have deleted them, so it's up to you. You can add it, you can do, so you can give it the same action as this one. After you have deleted a certain tasks, you may want to go out of your select mode, which I highly recommend, but you can do whatever you want. So for me, I will do the same as I did for the icon. For the last action we want to do is to actually the actions of this one. So what this little guy will do, it is basically, so if it was on, so let's say this was on. So by the way, I have forgotten to show you something here. So for the products, I have a field called selected. So if it is selected, this will be true. If it's not selected, this will be false. So I can go there and right, so I can go to its actions. It's going to be a little bit different because it has only on toggled on and on toggled off, right? So if it was on, what it has to do, and if it was off, what it has to do, that is the question. So if it was on, so what do you think it can do? So it's going to be updating the document, so which document it is already inside that list view. So we can check it from here and we can confirm. So now, so if it was on, then it has to go to, it doesn't have to change the name, by the way. It has to change the selected, it has to turn it to on, right? It is true, right? On, it is related to true, right? I can copy the same action, go here and paste those actions, and I can just change here. So if it was off, then in here it has to be false, right, guys? So I hope you have got the idea, by the way. So I will have to close that. So now the last action that we need to do is to this one. So we want to give it an action. So here, so what have to do, so this has to be so we want to add a loop as I showed you here. So when we click on this one, it will have to delete all the documents from here. So that's it. So actually, let's keep it to the next step so we can actually be more organized. So here, guys, I would just want to be actually as simple as possible with you guys. So here, so please focus on me. I can go there and here. So if it was on, right? So if we turn that on, if we have selected an item, so here, so if we have selected an item, you see that we have to check its ID and put it right here inside that app stage, right? So let's do that here. So we want to update the app stage, and it is called the selected item. So we know if it was on, we want to check the ID of that specific document, and we want to put it inside the selected items app state, right? So here, what do I want? So I first need to set the fields. So I have already said it is the selected items. And what do I want? So if I selected one item, I want to take its ID, I want to add it to this list. So let's go here and we want to search for add to list. So what do you want to add to that specific list? So what do you want to add? I want to add the ID of that task, right? So we can go there and we can close this one, can open this one, and we can check the ID of the product that we belong to, or the one that we have selected. Click there and confirm, right? So the same goes on for this one. So you can do the same, but here inside the select update tab. So if we have actually turned, so if it was, so if we didn't, so let's say we didn't select this item. So let's say we have selected first, and then we have actually unselect that. So if we selected that item, we want to put its ID here, and if we unselect that item, we want to take its ID out of that app stage. So let's do that here. So we want to so we want to remove from list. So but what do we want to remove actually? So value to remove. So we want just to take our ID from there. That's it. So we have put it here in this case, and now we want to take it out. So that is the same. So now the hard part, or the thing that is based, so what all of this is based on, by the way, is for this one, is this one. So we want to open that, and please focus with me because it is somehow difficult. So we want to add a new thing called loop, right? Because now you see that we are deleting multiple tasks or items using their IDs. We want to delete the first one, the second one, the third one, and so on. So that's what we are going to be doing. We want to check this first. The loop is the first one, then we can do this. So for the condition, so for that loop, we want to see, so what, so I will tell you what is my own condition. You can find your own, but this is my own condition. So I will say that if, so let's say here, so here we have three. You see that here we have three things, right? So what I want to say is if the number of items here was 1 2 3, which means that it is bigger than 0, then I want to start delete. And if the number was 0, which means that we don't have any thing here, so we can stop, right? So let's do that here. So I will say that if the number of upstates of items actually here, if I want to, so here they will give you an option. So I will say that if the number of items was greater than 0, then under this condition we can actually work. You can see the condition from here. So under this condition we can work. If it was 0, then we cannot do anything. That's logical. So what do you want to do? Actually, we want to first thing, so if we have some items here, and if we click it on that button that is called delete, which is this button, we want to start deleting the items, right? So we want to first search for actually delete document, and here, so FlutterFlow is asking you guys for the reference. So what is the reference? That's why I have used this example. So because I have taken their ID instead of their name, so I have to, since I have taken their ID, now I can use it here. So I will tell them that I want to delete the IDs, so I want to delete the documents that their IDs belongs to that app state. So these are the products that I want to delete, or the documents I want to delete. So I will select this one, and it's going to be weird because this is going to be a list, and here they're asking you only for one document. That's why. So here we have because we can, because the app stage is a list of IDs, and we only want one. So let's take the first one, right? So we want to select item at index, and we are going to take the first one. So now we are going to be deleting this document right here. We want to delete that document, but there is going to be something that is additional. So if after we have deleted the first document, so this is what's going to happen. So as you can see here, I have deleted the item 2, and now there is a problem. So I have just deleted that document from the database, but why I have still so I have still this I have actually still have its ID. So now for the next loop, it will delete the first one, and it will check the first ID, and it will look out here, and it will not find that specific document, and it will stop, right? So what we want to do is we are going to delete this one as well. We want to delete the document as well as its ID from the app state, because it is deleted, right? So let's do that here. We want to actually update the app state, and we want to delete the first item, right? We want to remove from list, but actually we want to remove from list, right? But we want to remove from list at index. We want the first one. So here you see that here I have actually deleted the first item, and here I'm doing the same, but I'm just removing its ID from the app state, so I will not have the same error or issue I have shown you right here. So now actually everything is set up, and we don't have, I hope that there is no errors here to be worried about. So now let's actually run a test mode and see if I was wrong or not. So let's start doing that. So here I have just actually created a random category, and it doesn't matter. We can add the same we have done in the previous episode. We can add PCs, as they like technology and PCs, by the way. So here I can go there, and I can add AAA, and we can add just two items into our category, and here they are. So now let's actually test what we have actually been doing in this tutorial. So let's first off turn that select mode on. So I will long press on this one, and you see that when it was turned on, these guys popped up. They showed actually up, and then now we can, so here I will select it. Now this one is selected. The selected field of this item was on, and I will select two of them, right? So now if I click it on delete, you see that both of them are have been deleted, so the loop is working. So the loop now is working. So here, if I click it on this one, then they will appear and I will go out of the selection mode. So that's it, guys. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. If you want to check the thing that we have just made, or the project link, you can find it from like my coffee page. And by the way, if you like my content, and if you want to support me so I can keep creating a lot of content for you guys on how you can make apps without coding with FlutterFlow. So if you want that, if you love my content, then I really appreciate you support my work on Coffee. And you can either donate something to me as a way to show me some love, or you can actually check out my no code explorer plan. It has a lot of benefits that will help you learn no code faster than the others, so you can check it if you want. It is always in the first link in the description. And it's that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and in the next episode we are going to apply the same that we have done here. We are going to apply it in our app, so we can actually upgrade it, and we are so close to finishing that app. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and catch you on the next one.